Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and today I'm going to be doing my monthly favorites. So I'm going to go over a few products that I've just been loving this month. Not all those products are new, but it's just some of my favorites, and then of course some of my least favorite products. Okay, so I'm going to just dive right in. Let's start with foundation. I have two foundations here that I've been loving this month. Don't get me wrong, there are so many other really great foundations that I even have been enjoying this month, but I'd have to say these are my two favorites. I have so many favorites right now. I've been really focusing on broadening my, and you guys have seen this from just even from the beginning of me filming and the beginning of this channel, which wasn't that long ago. I've really grown a lot in terms of my favorites and what I really love, because I've kind of broke out of that habit of, okay, this is what I love and this is all I'm going to try. And this channel really has forced me, in a good way, to try new products, because it's literally part of the job. I've been really loving that. Like I've tried so many different foundations, but these two just this month, after, really playing around with them, I feel like I've had some of my best makeup days with these foundations, and so I really wanted to share them with you. One is luxury and one is drugstore. I wanted to try to really get a good mix in here of my favorites, so that you're not watching this and saying, well, I literally can't afford any of those, so what's the point of watching her monthly favorites? Because there's some really great products out there that are drugstore, and so I wanted to include those today for sure. So my luxury foundation favorite of this month is the YSL All Hours. I've talked about this a few times. If you read the descriptions and the products that I use, even when I'm not talking about it, sometimes I've used it and worn it in other videos. And this is such an amazing foundation. I think that it is right now my favorite. So the YSL All Hours is a matte finish, but it is not dry by any means. It's not like super matte, and it is, I would say it is medium buildable coverage, like it's buildable. So I have quite a few blemishes in this area up here. I mean, you can probably see that one, it's pretty prominent. Thank goodness for bangs. My skin just does not like me lately. I've been trying a lot of new products and a lot of new skincare products. That's another thing, I'm really trying to find the absolute best skincare for my skin, and unfortunately it's been kind of a trial and error, a lot of errors, but hopefully we'll get there. And it really does, I feel, cover pretty well. It's not like the most ultimate full coverage foundation that I've used, but I actually like that, because sometimes I find really full coverage foundations on me, like super full coverage, they look cakey and dry even no matter how much I wear them. I think my skin is a little dehydrated. Like my skin is really oily some days. My skin gets dehydrated really easily. So like my skin is a mess a lot of the time. And so foundations have to have, like they have to be magical sometimes to look good on my skin. And this one is supposed to be 24-hour wear. I have not tried that because I don't think that's really good to do, but I have worn this foundation on days where I am busy all day, I have no time to touch up, and my skin still looks great, like my makeup still looks great. I just find this has such a beautiful finish, a beautiful beautiful coverage. It makes everything look even. You can't tell you're wearing makeup, like it's that kind of your skin but better feel, but still coverage, which is great, and I really love this one. So the next foundation that I have is drugstore, and it is the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover. I have been trying it within, I'd say, the last month or two, but really more focusing on using it more in the last month, and I love it. I actually used this in my last video, the BoxyCharm video, and I actually got a lot of compliments on my foundation that video. I feel like it really makes your skin look great. My skin doesn't seem to be too sensitive to SPF. I probably wouldn't wear this every day just because it does have SPF in it, but I typically switch it up anyways. So I haven't really had any issues with breaking out. If you are sensitive to SPF, it's SPF 50, so it's pretty strong. It does have a bit of that SPF smell in it, the sunscreen. But in terms of the actual foundation, I absolutely love this, and it is a lot more budget friendly than this guy. So this one is so good, and they actually, you know what, kind of are almost a little bit similar. The nice thing about this one is it is SPF. In the summer, it would be nice to have that SPF, especially when the sun is stronger, and it also is enriched with antioxidants, which is always good. That protects against pollution. I have a lot of favorites, which is always good. One of the palettes that I tried this month for the first time is the Natasha Denona Gold palette. I adore this palette. It is right up my alley. I love golds, I love browns, and I really love that teal aspect in this kind of corner here. I think it's so unique. And I mean, even just the packaging, everything about this palette I love. The quality of the shadows. Let's just take a moment to take, oh wow, look at the swatches on my hand. I should have cleaned my hand, I'm sorry guys. To take a look at that, wowza. Then there is this other gold here. Some of them are a little bit chunky, but once you blend them, they are so pigmented, so smooth, love them. This palette is amazing. Natasha Denona, as I've said multiple times, is extremely talented, especially I find within the eyeshadow palettes. I love. Definite recommend. It is expensive. But honestly, if you have the money to spend on more high-end product, this would be one that I recommend. I love this palette. And then we have another high-end product that is also expensive. This is the Pat McGrath Eye Ecstasy Sublime. It's like the mini palette. Obviously this isn't, one of her full-size palettes, so it's not as expensive. For her regular sized palettes, for example, the Mothership the Bronze Seduction palette's $175. You get 10 shades. So, I mean, Pat McGrath is pricey. This one is, if you're looking to try her shadows, one I really recommend. Like I said, very unique, and just the quality is amazing. Creamy, blendable, pigmented, and long lasting. So that's a recommend for sure. And so those are my higher end recommendations in terms of eyeshadow. Those are some of my favorite palettes that I've tried this month, hands down. And again, as I said, they're really up my alley in terms of colors. I love the gold and the shimmer and all of that. I did actually use the Natasha Denona Gold palette on my eyes today as well, so you don't have to have glitz and glam like crazy with that palette either. This is a more, it's still probably out there for some of you, but for me this is more of an everyday look. So that's really cool. I love that palette, both of them. Then when you get to some drugstore, I did a ColourPop haul last month, I think, and I never really talked about a lot of the products. I just have been reviewing other products, but I have been using those palettes. Not all of them, I haven't tried all of them yet, but some of the palettes that I've used, I've really loved, and I wanted to shed some light on those because they are in the more budget-friendly category. So one that I absolutely love is the ColourPop Good as Gold palette. These golds are honestly so good as well. I mean, not even just the golds, the mattes are creamy, pigmented, blendable, beautiful. I love this palette. How amazing the ColourPop shadows are as well. They compete with the Natasha Denona hands down. These palettes obviously are not the same by any means because they're definitely different in terms of color story, and this one's bigger. Do you see how similar those are? I want to show you this actually. Into the Gold Star by the ColourPop. Then we're going to go into the Natasha Denona Gold on a clean finger. I'm going to go into this color Oro. It's that gold right here. And I'm just going to show you side by side. Like, how similar are those? You'd think they are the exact same shade. Pretty close colors in these two palettes. Like I said, they're not the same, but it's pretty close. So if you're looking for like a drugstore option and you can't afford the Natasha Denona, ColourPop all the way. Seriously guys, you won't be disappointed. Some more ColourPop options that I've been loving. This one is definitely a really nice one for the everyday looks, is the Bare Necessities. Has a lot of nudes, the neutrals, you know, those soft browns and the mauvey colors. And then it has those darker options to kind of, you know, darken your look up. Has the more, like I said, mauvey purple options. And then the really light colors for those of you who really are into the natural. So this is a good one for people that aren't really into crazy eyeshadow, but you can, like I said, still use those dark colors to really vamp it up. Then It's All Good by ColourPop is another good one, and this is for those of you who like the more colorful. These magenta colors are absolutely stunning. They have the yellow and really warm tones. So there's the really great selection in color in this for those of you who like to experiment a little bit and, you know, go a little bit more bold and have a little bit more fun. I love this palette. Like some of these glitters. Oh my goodness. Do you see that? So stunning. This is one that I tried. I had gotten in a BoxyCharm box. Oh, I don't know when. But I got it in a BoxyCharm box. It's by Almar Cosmetics. Love this, been loving this brand. I've gotten a lot of the products from the BoxyCharm boxes. And this blush palette I really enjoy. The blushes are extremely pigmented and definitely blendable. This shade here is probably my favorite. It's the middle one called Isla. It is like a more corally pink. I built it up a little bit there, but it is so gorgeous. There's like this more peachy toned one. My hands are really dry. Excuse me. I'm washing my hands. The more peachier tone, and then there is Toasted, which is the more like berry pink tone. So those are the three blushes. Really been liking those. Another favorite right now that I have, and I'm actually wearing it today, is the NYX Eyebrow Gel. I know this isn't new, but like, guys, why aren't more people talking about this? I'm wearing it today. It is very similar to a pomade. It's just in a squeezy tube. And it is so long wearing. Like, you could go swimming with this. They're not going anywhere. This is summer sweat proof. I'm sure we will test that this summer. I love it. It goes on really beautifully. It blends beautifully. Like, it is, the application is very easy and beautiful, but then it's also long wearing. Like, I have gotten it on my hand and it's hard to get it off. It's like really tough to get it off. So this is a definite recommend for a drugstore brow option if you're looking for one, if you like the more pomade texture. I have two more favorites. I promise I'm almost done. One I got in my BoxyCharm box this month, and it is the Becca Glow Gloss. I have been loving this. It has a beautiful minty smell. It's supposed to be volumizing on the lips, but it's not like that tingling plumping. So if you're looking for a more natural, you know, not so like I'm attacking your lips with pins and needles gloss, then this is one that's really nice. I just love the color of this. It is so gorgeous. Like, look at how pigmented that is for a gloss. You can use it and it's a more natural lip because it's not, you know, lip liner, lipstick, you know, lip gloss on top. It's just, it's more soft, yet it has that burst of color, which is great. And then my last favorite of this month is by Marc Jacobs. It is the Twinkle Pop Eye Stick. And it is one of my favorite things for inner corner highlight. I'm wearing it today, so if you see that really nice brightened area in the inner corner, it's kind of shimmery, it's kind of glittery, it's kind of like really bright. It is this right here. This is my favorite thing to have on hand when a palette maybe doesn't have a great inner corner highlight, or the color isn't popping enough, or just because I love it. Like, it's so beautiful. Icy shade, it's there, it's right there. It's pretty like shimmery and like very highlighted, and it just goes with everything. You can blend it out for a softer, you know, maybe not quite as intense, and it lasts a long time. It's not going anywhere, it's not smudging, it's not fading, it lasts, and I absolutely like love it. Love, 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 love. So that is it for my monthly favorites. That was a lot, I know, guys. Let's talk monthly flops, monthly fails, monthly like disappointments. We're going to talk what products would I say let's take a pass on. Number one is the Pure 4-in-1 Correcting Primer. I tried this in my BoxyCharm box. This just didn't really do it for me. This just wasn't really worth it for me. It wasn't really for me personally. Some people might like it. It just didn't really feel, I didn't feel like it did much at all. It's supposed to really smooth the texture of the skin. I felt like it didn't. I know it's silicone free and it didn't really, you know, claim anything about pore filling or minimizing. I understand that, but it did literally nothing for my pores, nothing for my lines, nothing for, I mean, I like when primers kind of blur my blemishes a little bit to make them look a little less like redness, irritated. Like I like when it soothes and smooths and fills. I feel like this one really is just a, like, this is just gonna really help your skin and nourish your skin, and that's great. But for me personally, I really look for that in skincare, not necessarily in a primer, because in a primer, I'm like, let's just smooth this face out so that my makeup looks flawless. That's what I'm looking for in a primer. This I felt like did none of that, unfortunately. So for me, that's a pass. This product I'm so upset about. I tried and tried and tried to love this product because so many people love this. Like, I was like, am I doing this wrong? I must be doing this wrong. Because everybody loves this. Well, not everybody. This is a very like love or hate product, but a lot of people love it. And I want to love it because the claims are something that I would love to love about this product, but I don't like it. I've tried it so many different ways, guys, and it's never a good makeup day, and it makes me really sad. It is the Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage 24-hour foundation. Like, who doesn't want Studio Skin Full Coverage 24-hour foundation? I do. But it just, man, I've had some of my worst makeup days with this foundation, and I don't know why, guys. You know, the first couple times I used it, it was really cakey, it was really thick, and I was like, I don't know about this. I loved the coverage of it. Like, it was like, man, I feel way better about my skin today in terms of coverage. Like, I, you know, erased everything, and that's great. The coverage is amazing. But guys, like, I tried so many different things. I tried using a beauty blender. I tried using the Blendiful. I tried using multiple different primers, ones that hydrated the skin, ones that blurred the skin, ones that like did different combos with primers. I even tried thinning this out with like a really, really light coverage foundation. I thought it would maybe make it a little bit thinner of consistency and maybe be less thick and cakey on my skin. I wanted to love this so bad that I even tried it one more time today, and I actually took it off. Like, it was like, I don't want to look like this today. I had put it on one day and I tried to really do thin layers, and I built it a little bit because I wanted that full coverage. And it was fine. I thought it was good. And then it's like I would get that funky thing would happen. And it's typically when you apply too much, but this was even when I didn't apply too much. Even in areas I didn't apply concealer because I had thought maybe it was just too much, like the full coverage with concealer on top. It was just, it would do that funky thing, especially on my chin, where it would like almost be like, it would look like there's like holes in my foundation. At this point, I don't like this stuff, guys. I like, if anything, really don't like it. That being said, I will say, my skin is not really great right now, and it's been dehydrated and it's been breaking out, and I don't think my skin is at its best right now. And this is a product I really want to work because I would love for this to just look smooth on my face and just be like full coverage, 24-hour wear. Like, I want this to work so bad. And so this is something I'm going to try once my skin is settled down, back to normal, not mad at me anymore, and we're gonna try this again and just see if I can make it work. But as of right now, guys, like, I don't like it. Moving on. The next thing that I think is a waste of multiple dollars is the Chanel Illuminating Powder Eclat du Désert. I don't know how to pronounce that, but this one that I reviewed recently, this is $80 in Canada. This was $80. Why is this $80? It should be $0 because it literally does nothing. I am like really going ham on this swatch right here. Number one, it's chunky. It is like not, you know, consistent, and not to mention it has absolutely no shine to it. It maybe has like the slightest bit of shine in a swatch, but when I apply it, it does nothing. And I've tried it as an all-over illuminating powder. It has too much color to it. So it really has like almost like a rosy pink color to it. And so that would be fine because I really love when there's like a rose gold highlight. I'm actually wearing the Molten Rose Gold by Maybelline, the Master Chrome. So I don't mind a rose gold highlight, but this isn't a highlight. It doesn't do anything for me as a highlight. It has too much color. It makes you look like it's not a powder. It's not an all over face powder either. So it's like a total waste of a lot of money. So this I would steer clear of if you're looking for something really good from Chanel. I love their blushes. I love their foundations. Like, if you want Chanel products, this is not what it, like, I don't know what happened there because Chanel is such an amazing brand. I love Chanel, but it just, that product did not bring it. So I am done. Thank you so much for bearing with me. That was a lot of product to talk about. I hope it was helpful for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. And I mean, if you guys were looking for a recommendation, I hope you guys found one you know, can hopefully enjoy just as much as I do. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, ring the bell, like the video, and have an absolutely amazing day. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.